For over 3 decades, Kathy and I shared a life woven with both joyous moments and challenges, standing as pillars of support for each other. Our journey began in youth, blossoming into a partnership that weathered the test of time. Now, at the ages of 59 and 55 respectively, we were at a stage where reflection mingled with the comfort of familiarity. Kathy, with her vibrant spirit, held a circle of friends whose beliefs often traversed realms unfamiliar to me: feminism, identity politics, and social justice. While I respected their viewpoints, I found myself at odds with some of the ideologies, viewing them as distant from my own understanding. Yet, in the sanctum of our home, Kathy and I engaged in discussions, seeking to bridge the gap between our perspectives. However, amidst these exchanges lay an unspoken unease. Kathy's convictions about the historical oppression of women, though sincere, occasionally stirred discomfort within me. I brushed aside these concerns, attributing them to mere differences in opinion, until one fateful day when the tranquility of our union faced a formidable challenge. The first tremors of discord surfaced when Kathy expressed discontentment with the state of our marriage, labelling it as monotonous. While I advocated for therapy to rekindle our connection, Kathy opted for a solitary retreat, a decision that left me reluctantly conceding to her desires. Little did I know that her chosen destination wasn't solitude, but rather an escapade with her companions, whose influence I deemed adverse. Upon her return, Kathy appeared transformed, her demeanour cloaked in an unfamiliar aura. The warmth that once emanated from her touch now seemed distant, replaced by an unsettling detachment. Her actions spoke volumes as she distanced herself emotionally and immersed deeper into the realms of her newfound ideology. Despite heartfelt conversations urging her to reconsider her path, Kathy remained resolute, her convictions unyielding against the backdrop of my apprehensions. Matters escalated when her fervour for protest led to her detainment, a pivotal moment that underscored the chasm widening between us. As she delved deeper into her advocacy, Kathy found solace in the virtual realm of social media, particularly TikTok, where her feminist fervour found resonance among a growing audience. With each video, she cemented her commitment, devoting countless hours to amplifying her voice, albeit at the expense of our dwindling connection. In the confines of our shared space, I grappled with the dissonance between the Kathy I knew and the one who stood before me, a stranger veiled behind layers of ideological fervour. Each interaction became a reminder of the chasm that now divided us, leaving me to ponder the trajectory of a marriage once bound by love and understanding. The days stretched into a surreal blur, each moment tinged with disbelief as I grappled with the sudden upheaval of my life. Kathy's descent into the realm of social media advocacy had culminated in a shocking revelation, delivered through a video that shattered the fragile semblance of normalcy we clung to. As the video played before my disbelieving eyes, Kathy's voice echoed with a resonance that cut deep, her words dripping with a narrative that struck at the very core of our marriage. The message she conveyed, veiled beneath a veneer of empowerment, carried an undertone of liberation at the expense of our union. It was a manifesto of sorts, urging women to seek fulfillment outside the confines of traditional roles, even if it meant forsaking the bonds of matrimony. The confrontation that ensued that evening was fraught with emotion, a collision of opposing desires laid bare in the stark light of truth. My pleas fell on deaf ears as Kathy, emboldened by her newfound sense of purpose, declared her intent to depart, her bags already packed in silent testament to her resolve. In the wake of her departure, the weight of her absence hung heavy, a void that echoed with the remnants of our shared history. The home we once adorned with memories now stood as a hollow testament to what once was, each corner a haunting reminder of the life we had built together. The days stretched into weeks, each passing moment marked by a palpable sense of loss that lingered like an uninvited guest. My attempts to reach out were met with silence, a deafening void that mirrored the chasm that now separated us. The arrival of divorce papers served as the final blow, a cold, tangible reminder of the irreversible fissure that had torn through the fabric of our marriage. With trembling hands, I traced the ink-stained lines that spelled the end of a chapter, the weight of their finality settling like a leaden anchor in the depths of my soul. As I navigated the murky waters of grief and betrayal, the voices of my children served as a beacon of solace, their words a balm to soothe the raw edges of my shattered heart. With their encouragement, I sought to piece together the fragments of my fractured existence, each tentative step a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. And yet, amid the wreckage of my broken dreams, a glimmer of hope emerged, a flickering flame that dared to defy the darkness. For in the depths of despair, there lay the promise of redemption, a whisper of possibility that whispered of a future yet unwritten. As I stood on the precipice of uncertainty, I knew that the road ahead would be fraught with challenges and obstacles unknown. But with each passing day, I vowed to reclaim the shattered pieces of my soul, forging a new path illuminated by the light of resilience and unwavering determination. For though the scars of betrayal may linger, I refused to let them define me. And in the quiet moments of solitude, I found solace in the knowledge that even amidst the ruins, there lay the seeds of a new beginning, waiting to take root and bloom once more. As the tendrils of time wove their delicate threads, I found solace in the embrace of a new love, Maya, whose presence breathed life into the fractured corners of my world. With each passing day, our bond deepened, a symphony of shared laughter and whispered promises that echoed through the corridors of my heart. Yet, amidst the tapestry of our burgeoning romance, lingered the shadow of my past, a spectre of memories veiled in the echoes of a life once lived. Though I had forged ahead, carving a new path in the wake of betrayal, the tendrils of my past still held sway, their whispers of doubt dancing on the periphery of my consciousness. When the opportunity arose to intertwine the threads of my old and new worlds, I seized it with trembling hands, hopeful that the tapestry of reconciliation would weave a new chapter of understanding and closure. With Maya by my side, I extended an olive branch to Kathy, inviting her to join us on a journey of discovery and healing. At first, Kathy's reluctance cast a shadow over the horizon of possibility, her hesitance a testament to the wounds that still festered beneath the surface. Yet, through the gentle persuasion of our daughter, a glimmer of hope emerged, a fragile beacon that beckoned towards the shores of reconciliation. As Kathy stood before us, a solitary figure amidst the backdrop of our newfound happiness, I felt a pang of remorse tugging at the fringes of my consciousness. Though Maya's presence brought warmth to my heart, it also served as a stark reminder of the pain I had unwittingly inflicted upon the woman who once held the key to my soul. Throughout the journey, I watched with a mixture of guilt and fascination as Kathy navigated the tumultuous waters of her emotions, her disdain for Maya and me palpable in the air. Though Maya's intentions were noble, I couldn't help but revel in the subtle satisfaction that tinged the edges of my consciousness, a bitter reminder of the wounds that still lingered beneath the surface. And yet, as the days stretched into weeks, a new chapter began to unfold, one fraught with the raw intensity of unspoken truths and buried emotions. In the aftermath of our journey, I found myself grappling with the weight of Kathy's revelation, a revelation that shattered the fragile veneer of reconciliation that had briefly adorned our fractured relationship. As I bore witness to Kathy's pain, I felt the tendrils of guilt wrapping themselves around my heart, a relentless reminder of the role I had played in her suffering. Though Maya's presence had offered a beacon of hope amidst the darkness, it also served as a stark reminder of the scars that still lingered in the wake of my past mistakes. In the quiet moments that followed, I found myself grappling with the weight of Kathy's words, each syllable a dagger plunged deep into the recesses of my soul. Though I knew that the path to healing would be fraught with obstacles and uncertainties, I vowed to confront the demons of my past head-on, seeking redemption in the echoes of forgiveness and understanding. The tumult of emotions swirled within me, a tempest of conflicting feelings that threatened to engulf my weary soul. In the wake of Kathy's revelation, I found myself adrift in a sea of uncertainty, grappling with the raw intensity of her betrayal and the stark realization of my own vulnerability. As the weight of Kathy's words settled like a heavy shroud upon my shoulders, I felt the tendrils of despair wrapping themselves around my heart, constricting with each passing moment. It was a harrowing experience, one that left me reeling in the wake of its devastation, struggling to find solid ground amidst the shifting sands of my shattered reality. The realization dawned with a brutal clarity, a stark reminder of the harsh truths that lurked beneath the surface of our fractured relationship. Kathy's distress, it seemed, stemmed not from the loss of our romantic connection, but rather from the unraveling of the stability and security that my presence once provided. The revelation struck me like a thunderbolt, casting a harsh light upon the fragile facade of our shared history. It was a bitter pill to swallow, the knowledge that my actions had inadvertently caused such profound pain to the woman who had once held the key to my heart. And yet, amidst the wreckage of our broken dreams, a flicker of defiance ignited within me, a quiet resolve to confront the demons of my past and forge ahead towards a brighter future. Though the path ahead was fraught with uncertainty, I refused to be consumed by the shadows of regret and self-doubt. In the days that followed, Kathy's attempts at reconciliation echoed like a haunting refrain, a reminder of the wounds that still festered beneath the surface. Though her remorse was palpable, I knew that the bonds that once tethered us had been irreparably severed, leaving only the bitter taste of regret in their wake. And yet, amidst the chaos of my unraveling emotions, a glimmer of hope emerged, a whispered promise of redemption and renewal. For in the depths of despair, I found solace in the knowledge that even amidst the ruins of our shattered love, there lay the seeds of a new beginning waiting to take root and bloom once more. As the days passed, the echoes of Kathy's turmoil continued to reverberate through the tangled web of our shared history. Her latest video served as a stark reminder of the depths of her anguish, a haunting testament to the tangled web of regret and longing that bound us together. In the quiet solitude of the morning, I found myself drawn once more into the swirling vortex of Kathy's inner turmoil, her words a poignant reflection of the fractured landscape of our shattered love. The dream she recounted, with its haunting echoes of reconciliation and loss, struck a chord deep within my soul, stirring emotions long buried beneath the weight of our broken dreams. Yet, amidst the waves of regret and longing, a tide of anger surged forth, a bitter reminder of the wounds that still festered beneath the surface. Kathy's accusations, veiled beneath the guise of victimhood, ignited a firestorm of indignation within me, a fierce determination to set the record straight and reclaim my own narrative. With each passing moment, the desire for retribution burned ever brighter within me, a relentless urge to retaliate against the perceived injustices of her words. And yet, amidst the chaos of my unraveling emotions, Maya's steady presence served as a beacon of clarity, urging me to rise above the fray and refuse to be drawn into the toxic cycle of bitterness and recrimination. As my children rallied to Kathy's defense, issuing ultimatums of their own, I found myself torn between the desire for closure and the need to protect my own sanity. And yet, even as Kathy offered a half-hearted apology, citing her mental health as justification for her actions, I knew that true reconciliation remained elusive, lost amidst the wreckage of our shattered trust. In the end, I chose to heed Maya's counsel, unfollowing Kathy on all social media platforms and forging ahead towards a future untainted by the shadows of our past. And as I exchanged vows with Maya in the dappled light of a new dawn, I knew that the wounds of the past would forever shape the contours of my heart. but that with each passing day, the promise of a brighter tomorrow beckoned ever closer, a beacon of hope amidst darkness of our shared history.